We always start out with a shout out to give some okay, no, we're restarting. Cut that. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the More Motivation podcast. My name is Kruti Darsandia, and I am your co-host today. And I'm joined with the president and founder of More Motivation and More Basketball Clinic, Kendrick Moore. How are you doing today?
I'm excited, locked in and ready to go. I know this is the Monday before Christmas. Emotions can be a little bit of everywhere, but we definitely want to start our week on the right note. We're hoping you start your week on the right note with the podcast, and just we want to spread a little bit of joy here.
Definitely. You can see I have my Christmas colors
Yeah,
on.
like I forgot to wear mine. I hope I'm not the Grinch, but you know what I'm saying? But I'm locked in and ready to go.
Awesome. So we always start off the podcast by giving a shout out to someone in the community, a
Yeah.
business, a person. So what's the shout out for today?
So I really want to give a shout out. You know, we just and it's not over. It never concludes our HLM fundraiser. But I do want to give a big shout out for everyone that supported, our winter HLM fundraiser, our clothing drive. We sold some of the crew necks right here, which are still on sale. $45. Our t-shirts with the discipline on it. Like we say, wear your mentality. This one right here is for my nephew, man. My nephew hooked us up, man. Got the crew neck with the sacrifice on it.
Oh, wait. Let's
Yep. So we got some of the bags there. We locked in and ready to go now.
This is a fashion show
But there are so many people that supported, not only by just purchasing things, but just really understanding our mission with the HLM fundraiser, where we've given out close to 30 scholarships in 4 years to graduating seniors in the state of Connecticut. So a big shout out to all of our supporters, even if it was just a kind word. We really, really appreciate it.
Especially seeing our past scholarship winners giving back and purchasing to help the future scholarship winners was really rewarding because they really see the value and purpose in the mission.
Definitely. Like my man Cole and a few others that actually purchased items with understanding, like, man, this is something that was given to me. And as you mentioned, Kruti giving back. So big time.
Awesome. So last week's podcast was really powerful. I know we got some great feedback that you shared in our group chat.
Yeah.
Can you talk about it a little bit more?
Yeah, so, Kruti, so not even in a group chat, when we talked about fourth down focus, we talk about it. When you landed late Wednesday night, got a chance to go with you to two different, a keynote at CCSU, following up at Rocky Hill with a group of powerful leaders of about 50 kids. We talked about fourth down focus.
Right.
And really understanding how important it is to focus on those small, ordinary moments each and every day that will prepare you for the big moments that you'll face, right? Because a lot of people, when they get into those big situations, they feel pressure. And to combat that, you got to make sure you show up each and every day for the small moments. So powerful conversations, each of the audiences, even through the podcast with the feedback, they understood that concept. And really, we challenged them, like, what's your standard today that you're going to make sure you show up to those ordinary moments? So listen, we're just happy that people are really locking into these messages. So it was a great one, and I'm glad we got to even follow up and deliver it throughout the week.
I think an even bigger factor is, like, especially with a lot of college students wrapping up finals.
Oof, yes.
And high school, I know some of them had finals or are going to have finals after break. Like, those ordinary moments of, did you focus during the whole semester, or are you just stressed and cramming for the last 2 weeks?
Very true. Very true.
You're going to be nervous either way, but the nervousness is almost different in a sense. One is like, oh, I worked hard, I really want to do well. Or the other one's like, oh my God, I don't know anything, like cramming.
Right, exactly.
So it definitely resonates with a lot of us college students. But going into today's podcast, what do you have for us today?
Yep, I'm gonna start with, and I hope I don't butcher the name, so I'll just leave it right here. Pizzelle. So I'm hoping I'm gonna Pizzelle. Okay, Pizzelle. All right.
I hope I'm not butchering it.
Yeah. One of us got it right, I think. Yep.
Okay. So wow. I mean, I know that's a cookie, but tell us more about what's going on today.
Man, like, there's a powerful story behind it, because as you said, the Pizzelle is a cookie, and it's an Italian cookie. So my senior year of high school, I had study hall my first period, right? So Mr. DiLoretto, my principal at the time, we gained this close bond over the years that I was in high school. So I would just go spend each and every one of those first periods, which was my study hall. I would just go spend it in his office. And our relationship built so much to the point where, like, if I was in his office and kids would come in late and they had to stop down to see him, like, he would ask me, like, what should I do with this kid? You know, like, if he's been late more than once, you know, give him suspension, detention. Like, what should we do with this kid? No, we had a great relationship, but where the Pizzelle comes in is his secretary, Miss Valera. Like, several times a week, she would bake cookies for the office, and she would bake me a separate batch. Like, several times a week, like when she would bake me a separate batch of cookies. Like, what a beautiful person and a beautiful gesture. And every day was like different types of cookies. So one of the cookies that she would bake sometimes, one of the batch, it was the Pizzelle. And, you know, and I don't want to knock the cookies, you know, because I got a lot of Italian friends too. But I was not in favor of it.
Okay,
listen,
I disagree with you on that one. That cookie's pretty good.
Well, you think any food is good, so, but that cookie, and maybe it was just my taste buds at the time. I don't know, but it was I was just like, I don't like it. Mr. DiLoretto and they looking at me like, what? You don't like this cookie? And I would just, you know, with the chocolate chip, she would make brownies, you know, every type of cookie, like, and I'm enjoying it. I used to look forward to going in there. But that cookie, man, like, man, I was like, man, I don't really like this one. And then sometimes I would go in. I think she would throw those in my batch intentionally because, like, after a while, you think somebody doesn't like them, like, you want to stop giving them to them. But it was almost like, here, take this, you know? And it was like, in the moment, though, it was more than that, right? It was more than just understanding it was a cook. It was like their appreciation and just an understanding of, like, man, love that was in the office. And so, man, it really developed this powerful relationship over time, you know, with that Pizzelle being one of the main focuses of that experience each and every day. So it was just a powerful thing, man. And I'm you know, we talk about things that help build relationships. Like, that was a real key factor in building that, and for that space, building a relationship in that office. So, man, and like I said, from even before, prior to that, but from then on out too, man, our relationship, mine with Miss Valera, but especially with Mr. DiLoretto for providing me with that space, man, it was just a powerful time.
No, I feel like that's first of all, Pizzelles are great cookies. I will stand by that, but I also do love all food. I do have to say, like, I think a lot of times I've seen this in my life. Some of the best relationships come out of, like, the most unexpected ways.
Yes.
Like, the most unexpected things will cause a bond between you guys. Like, for instance, last year, my roommate, like, we're probably the two most different people. We always say this. We would have never come together if it wasn't for being assigned as roommates. But the small things between us, like, just the common factors, and, like, her loving to cook and me loving to cook. Just sharing the food. You never know what's going to create that relationship. But going back to what you were saying, I know you said Mr. DiLoretto was your principal. But obviously, it seems like he was much more than that to you. So what makes his role in your life stand out so many years later since you've graduated high school?
I think the biggest part to that, Kruti, and like I said, this is probably, you know, one of the deepest topics that we've had, personal. Man, Mr. DiLoretto, like, a big part of it was just, like, you talk about the consistency. You know, like, oh, man.
It's okay. Take your time.
You know, it was just like the presence every day. Like, this everyday thing, like, Even when he, because I knew certain days when he was off, like, right, when
Mm-hmm.
he just, maybe it was just a bad morning, but he was still accepting. You know, he was still just be Mr. DiLoretto. His office was always open.
Mm-hmm.
And when we talk about, you know, what was going on in my home, that consistency was needed. When you leave home, we talking about the hidden anchor in one of our other podcasts. Like, you need those people that's going to keep the system running smoothly.
Yeah.
You need those people that's going to be placed intentionally in your life, that's going to help you become the person that you are. Because there's so many times where you can doubt yourself. It's a moment where you might be, what, is this really worth it? Or how is this going to turn out? But he made sure he always created that environment where he pushed me, he saw the potential, he challenged me,
Mm-hmm.
but there was just an extreme balance of care. Like, you knew when you walked into that space that he loved you. And for that, I am forever grateful to him. It wasn't a mentor relationship. It quickly turned into family.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it was an extended far beyond that, just the high school days, man. So it was a very, very important relationship in my life that I will never relinquish.
Wow, that is very special. And I can see, I'm sure you had that same impact on him and he felt the same way about you. You've said he didn't even realize like how important his support was for you. Like he didn't know how much of an impact he had on you. Why do you think that happens with not just him but other mentors as well?
Mm-hmm. Um, when you have people that understand their purpose,
Mm-hmm.
as much as they understand their purpose, because it's such a natural thing, it's just who he is. Sometimes you don't understand the magnitude of impact that it's having on the people,
Mm-hmm.
or the people that you're around, or the people that you're supporting, or the people that you're mentoring. That's the true value of, as you mentioned, with all really good mentors.
Yeah.
It's about their intention. It's not always about what they do. It's about where it comes from. And with him, like, there was never a question for myself, for the other people, that there was never a question that it came from the heart.
Mm-hmm.
There was never a question that his guidance wasn't pure. His guidance wasn't for the best. No matter how you felt, he kind of forced me to take this English class one time, like, and I did not want to do it.
Yeah.
Like, he saw the potential, and it was like, no, you're not taking this other class. Like, this, ours was like basic, general, academic, and honors, like, right? So our honors are like with our highest level back then. And, fast moving, we're reading 30 to 50 pages every night, plus all of these assignments. That's the one class. I'm like, I don't really. But Mr. DiLoretto, you knew it was out of care,
Yeah.
right? You knew it was out of love and what he wanted for you, not just in the moment, but in the future. We always took those lessons within the lessons. We're understanding, like, no, this guy cares about me beyond that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the value of his mentorship, and all true mentors, and the impact, and that's why it's so long term.
I also have to say, like having you as a mentor now, I feel like hearing this just shows how who you learned how to be a mentor from.
Mm-hmm.
Like it seems that you've taken so much from Mr. DiLoretto in
Mm-hmm.
how you mentor all of the kids that you're around, because I can say for myself and others, like we definitely feel your support. I've known you for like 6-ish years now, 7 years, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like I definitely knew how much like your support meant. I relied on you a lot, and there were times you were like, oh my God, like I didn't know it meant that much.
Right,
Like
right,
I didn't know you needed
right.
like that motivational like
Mm-hmm.
talk before a test that much,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
it comes out of such a pure and genuine intent that
Right,
everyone who's your mentee knows like
right.
we can count on him. We can
Yep.
rely on him. He has our best interests, and like
Mm-hmm.
he will be there for us if we
Mm-hmm.
need anything at all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's great to see like you're honoring Mr. Di Loretto by being a mentor
Right.
just like him.
Yep.
So what do you wish you could say to Mr. Di Loretto now if you had the chance?
Yeah. You know, in oh man. Um in real time, you know, I remember when I found out that he wasn't feeling his best. And I flew home to see him. You know, I was in Milwaukee at the time. I got a chance to go to his house and spend some time with him. And we had a great conversation. I can remember walking to the kitchen before I was leaving. And, you know, just broke down. Oh, but in real time, I know he knew I loved him. Uh, that's the thing, though. You shouldn't assume. I just wish I could formulate the words to tell him. But I know everywhere I go, I just try to, you know, do the things he taught me and give back to people and do my best when it comes to that. So, and that's the way to show that I care about him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he taught me a lot. So it's just about giving that to other people.
And I have to say, I think you're honoring his legacy very well, and he would be very proud of everything that you're doing for everyone around you, because that is one thing that everyone who knows you can say confidently, is that you'll give back to everyone you can in any way possible, and you'll always show up. With that being said, what do you hope listeners take away from today's episode?
um, man, I would probably say a couple things. When we go back to the Pizzelle, like how important that moment was.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what a symbol, and how much that means to somebody when you don't even know it. Like, so if you can, you know, be that person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, look to be that person that gives the Pizzelle to somebody. Like, you just never know how much it means in the moment, and you never know how far they're going to carry it with them. Just that generous act. And two, you know, as it pertains to mentorship, like, you gotta, when you get around people that truly have your best interests in heart, like, you have to trust them. Like, you gotta take a second and try to realize, like, what's happening. You know, and trust their guidance and leadership, because it's something that can truly last like a lifetime. You know, and being able to think about Miss Valera, how kind she was, Mr. Di Loretto, the great person he was. You know, they have myself, and I'm sure many others, but myself, that will continue to live on their legacy. So lock in.
That was a very powerful podcast. I'm sure it touched many people, including myself. Thank you so much to everyone for tuning in during this holiday week. We hope you have a safe and enjoyable holiday season with your loved ones, and we look forward to seeing you again next week. Bye, everyone.
I want to thank my son, Kendrick Moore, for dedicating his life to helping our youth. I know it's a tough task, but keep up the good work with Moore Basketball Clinic. I'm proud of the man you have become. I love you.